Hey, this is Chad Ferguson, learntocatchcatfish.com, and I'm going to show you today how to make a sponge hook for fishing with dip baits and punch baits. And these are very easy to make, and you can make them for a small fraction of the cost of what you can buy dip worms or sponge hooks for from the store. I did some research recently for one of the articles that I wrote for the learntocatchcatfish.com website. And on average, it seems like the sponge hooks and dip worms cost about 75 to 85 cents a piece. And if you use hooks and tackle like I do, then those can get very, very expensive very quickly. And this is the best way that I know to make sponge hooks for fishing any of these kind of baits. And what we're going to use is just some plain old treble hooks, Eagle Claw laser treble hooks, and this sponge right here, which is called a felt hat cleaning sponge. You can get these sponges at any Western wear store. You can order them online. This is manufactured by M&F Western Products in Sulphur Spring, Texas. I paid about $1.25 for this one. I looked on the internet, saw them as much as $2 a piece. But even that, I mean, you can see the size of this. You're going to get a ton of sponges out of it. The biggest difference between this and any other sponge that you're going to buy, like at the grocery store, is the holes in this sponge are actually much bigger and are the right consistency to allow the bait to penetrate inside the sponge and soak into it. So I'll walk you through step by step how to make these here. Okay, so like I said, this is a felt hat cleaning sponge. You can get these pretty much at any Western wear store or probably any hat store. You can find them on the internet as well. Like I said, it's made from M&F Products in Sulphur Springs, Texas. And there's a number of other different manufacturers out there that are available for them. And I'm going to show you here, see if I can get a shot so you can kind of see the texture of these sponges. It's not like a normal sponge like you would use to wash dishes with or wash a car with. It's actually very porous, and there's lots of open spaces in between the sponge here for you to put this down in the bait and allow the bait to penetrate through the sponge. And all you have to do, just get you a good sharp pair of scissors and take this sponge and cut it into sections here. And it doesn't take much. Obviously, you need to tailor the size of the sponge to the size hook that you're using. These are number 4 treble hooks. These are generally bigger than what I would use for channel catfish, but I wanted to use a larger hook for demonstration purposes on this. And you just cut this sponge up into squares, and it doesn't take much. Ideally, what I like to do is take a ice pick and shove an ice pick through here and make a little bit of a hole into the sponge, and that makes it a little bit easier to get the hook through. But I don't have one of those available right now, so I'm just gonna kind of poke it through there, and just push this little piece of sponge down through the shaft of this hook and down onto the hook there, and there you go. That's all you got to have. You're ready to fish. And I guarantee that sponge hook right there will work as good, if not better, than any other sponge hook or dip worm that you can buy out there for fishing with dip baits or sponge baits. They work excellent for those baits. I've even used them on occasion for punch baits. If the punch bait gets too runny and I don't have the means to cool it off or thicken it up. And you can see obviously here, I mean, for $1 to $2, that's a lot of sponge, and you can see that piece is actually a little bit bigger than I probably should have used for a number 4 treble hook. It could even be a little bit smaller than that. So when you get down into number 6s and number 8 hooks, I mean, you can make a ton of hooks with $1 to $2 worth of sponge here. Again, it's felt hat cleaning sponge. that you can buy online or any Western wear store. If you go to my blog post at learntocatchcatfish.com, pull up this post, I'll have a link there to the product and step-by-step instructions there as well. And like I said, this is really a great way to save money and give you a very effective hook for fishing with punch bait or with sponge baits and dip baits. For more information, make sure you go to our website, www.learntocatchcatfish.com.